Texas lawmakers are taking a closer look at libraries. The Senate Education Committee is scheduled to consider a bill that would require more oversight of the content in your kid's school library.
And advocates say it's about transparency, but librarians say it's about censorship. Ryan Chandler is bringing us a report from Eanes ISD to really show us how that bill could impact bookshelves. Ryan.
Well, here at the Bridgepoint Elementary School library today, I didn't see anything that was patently offensive, at least, but that hasn't stopped parents both here and across the state and the country from filing complaints against books that they find offensive.
We've had many book challenges, and so there is a long waiting list for books to get reviewed.
Bridgepoint Elementary is proud to foster the love of reading in their library. Parents, too, keep a watchful eye on what they're reading.
It's really challenging for schools. You know, we have parents with very different values and very different belief systems.
In the last year, parents have objected to books that they worried shared graphic images or critical race theory. Eanes examines every one of them, and they stress that is not the norm.
The more we can work together and have an open dialogue about books and choice for students, the better off everyone will be.
There are more than 17,000 books in this library alone. District-wide, parents have only challenged about 130 of them, and out of those, only one has been chosen to remove. But the latest legislation in the Texas Senate would require every district to have a new committee to review every book in every school. Senate Bill 13 would require school boards to designate school library advisory councils to ensure books represent local community values and avoid harmful materials.
But it's really important to remember that as a parent, you have the right to choose what your child reads, but you don't have the right to choose what other parents' children read.
A delicate balance between catering to sensitivities while avoiding censoring different perspectives.
Because everybody is coming to us from a different place with different interests and needs, and we want to make sure we serve all children.
Now, lawmakers just resumed their hearing in the Senate Education Committee a little over an hour ago. They have not yet discussed Senate Bill 13. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the night. For now, at Bridgepoint Elementary, I'm Ryan Chandler. Daniel?
All right, thank you very much, Ryan. And if you're wondering about when this issue came to the forefront, we'll look no further than the pandemic. The American Library Association actually tracks book bans. Last year, Americans formally challenged more than 2,500 unique titles, a 38% increase over the year before. In 2020, just over 200 titles total saw challenges, a level comparable with the several years prior. The ALA adds 90% of all challenged books came about in an attempt to ban several titles at the same time. Librarians add that this practice of using sources such as lists of books compiled by an interest group significantly increased in 2021. And we took a look at what's happening in other states. The Missouri House gave initial approval of its $45 billion budget yesterday, and it eliminates funding for public libraries. A Republican lawmaker cites a lawsuit filed by the ACLU on behalf of Missouri librarians. The ACLU wants to overturn a state law that bans sexually explicit material from schools. The lawmaker said the state shouldn't subsidize the legal effort and called to take the library funding out of this session's budget. The ACLU is a nonprofit that does not receive government funding, relying on member dues, donations, and grants.